Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about Brianna Campos, or Body Image with Bri. Now, if some of you have been around for a while, you might remember we actually talked about Bri a few years ago. Bri is a body image coach.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
And she does coaching, helping people with their body image. And like I said, we did a video on her a few years ago. This is a 6-week group. Each session is 75 minutes to 90 minutes. You will be entered into a small community group. The investment in this group is 2 monthly payments of $325. So it costs $650. This will be the last time this group will be offered at this price. You know, got to get that, got to make you feel like you have to do it real quick, you know? Body Grievers members will also be invited to attend the live Q&A held January 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you signed up after the event, you will receive a recording. Well, we're not going to be there for the live event, but that sucks. Dude, this stuff is crazy to me, man. So this is, I'm assuming, what is to come from, you know, the $650 investment that you would be making to join this group. I apologize if it's very loud.
Hi, and thank you so much for your interest in the Body Grievers group. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm Bri, your body image and body griever extraordinaire. I made this group out of necessity. I made this group because when I was going through my own...
She made the group out of necessity, but to join, it is $650. Okay. Sorry. All right, we'll keep going.
Body grief. I did not yet feel like I loved my body, but I wanted to stop hating my body, and I felt like there was no in between. And so I created this group out of my own personal desire and necessity. When you look up the definition of grief, the dictionary describes grief as deep sorrow. And when you look up the word sorrow, it says that anything that causes you distress, any loss that causes you distress. So if you are the person who is struggling with your body image, if you are the person that grieves when you look in the mirror or when you can't fit into your old seasonal clothes.
Dude, this seems weird to me. I'm sorry, like, this seems like it could, someone in chat already said it, so I'm stealing what they said. But Drop My Lasagna said, could have just made a Facebook group. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels to me. Like, it just feels like you are, I'm not trying to say that this woman is a bad person, but what it feels like to me is it's like preying on people. It genuinely feels like this is preying on people's insecurities and having them pay you $650 to then become part of a Facebook group. Now, before we get into the website, because it still does exist, I do want to talk about a few TikToks that have been uploaded recently where Bri kind of shares where she is in that journey and just kind of talks about these topics. So without further ado, let's get into those TikToks. Here is the first one right here.
If you are not on a weight loss journey, I want you to watch this. If you are, you're welcome to stay, but I really hope this doesn't end up on the wrong side. If you are not on a weight loss journey, I just want you to know something. You don't owe anyone a smaller body. I know that we live in a world that puts physical health in a hierarchy above all other health. But if the pursuit of weight loss is not attainable for you right now because of your mental health is just as important.
I would agree that it is just as important. The issue here where I think a lot of people have issues is that I think a lot of times when people start this conversation, they'll be like, yeah, your mental health is just as important, or it's important. But then it's almost like, because that's the main thing that's being focused on, it's like your physical health doesn't matter anymore. I think those things work well in tandem, right? Like if you're working on your physical health and your mental health, I feel like that's the best case scenario. But it feels like it's like you can only do one or the other. You can only work on your physical health or you can only work on your mental health. I think working on both of those things at the same time is possible and is probably the best thing for most people.
I feel like the body that you exist in is holding you back from going on a date, going on vacation, liking what you see when you look in the mirror. I promise you that has nothing to do with weight and everything to do with what's going on in here.
I disagree with that. I think that it can be both, man. Like, I think, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some things you're going to have to work on with your, mental health when you're losing weight. And I have always said that losing weight is not a panacea. It's not going to fix everything. It's not a, silver bullet that has all of the answers. But then to go from that extreme to where it's like, oh, this is going to be the thing that solves every issue, to it's not going to do anything good for you. I think that's just ridiculous. Like, I think that there is so much good that can come from just the act of losing weight. And I think a lot of those things aren't talked about. Like, one of the things that I think about is, like, when I started losing weight, it really did help my confidence because I started to believe in myself. I set out a goal and I was achieving that goal every day. I was doing things every day that I was proud of. Like, I was proud of the choices I was making and the decisions that I was doing to get into a quote unquote smaller body, to lose that weight. And it wasn't just because, oh, now I'm smaller and therefore I am more attractive to the opposite sex, and I am smaller, so now I am, I'm so much better. And it wasn't like that. It was like, I am doing things every day that's building up my confidence, like brick by brick, because I am doing the thing that I said I was going to do, and I am actually achieving that thing that has been so hard for me in the past. It wasn't like I was confident because I lost weight. It was like the things that I was doing were helping me lose weight, but they were also helping me build confidence. Like, those things can work hand in hand, I believe, at least.
If you are grieving the fact that you exist in a larger body and people treat you differently because of that, no matter what you go to the doctor for, that they're going to tell you need to lose weight in order to feel better, that your clothes aren't fitting, and that even more so, you're worried that you're not going to be able to find clothes that fit your body. These are a systemic issue and not a personal issue. These are...
So, I mean, yeah, I agree to an extent, but also, like, I think it's worth, if you're going to the doctor and they're consistently being like, hey, losing weight would be very beneficial for you, to just be like, nope, that's clearly incorrect. That can't be true. I think I feel like that's living with your head in the sand. Like, there are genuine benefits to losing weight. Again, is it going to solve everything? No. But I think if someone is being told by every medical professional they're going to that, hey, losing weight is probably a good idea, and their weight is causing them serious issues, it makes sense for the doctors to be like, hey, this is something that we need to, like, that should be focused on. This is going to make a huge difference in your life. And so it would be silly for them not to bring that up. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that's common sense. I don't know. Like, it's like people get upset with you if you say that. And I'm not saying that you're worth less because you need to lose weight or losing weight would be beneficial for you. But to say like, oh, this person said I need to lose weight, therefore they don't care about me, I just disagree with that.
Issue of the collective. Somewhere along the way, we deemed that bodies should function in one single way. But as my friend Catherine Mack says, the human experience has no normal. As somebody who exists in a super fat body, I want to tell you, my life is big, beautiful, full, alive. I get my fair share of criticism from people on the internet and people I don't know, but it pales in comparison to the beauty that is my life. Yes, there's a lot of the world that's not accessible to me, but again, I see that as a collective issue and a systemic issue, not a personal one.
So I don't know. I think that's just, again, I can understand seeing certain things as systemic issues and like things that maybe can be changed, but to see as like everything that is the negative about your weight that has to do with like, maybe you not being able to fit in chairs, or like, we talked about the J-Bay thing where she was like, we need to make hallways bigger. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how that's possible. But like, if it's hard for you to fit into an elevator, like, does that mean that we need to make elevators larger? I don't know, man. It just seems like a little bit living in La La Land.
And I don't owe the world shrinking in order to be included. So this is your invitation to take up space. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission. They probably won't. The question is, do you give yourself permission?
So that's the first TikTok, and she actually responds to one of the comments in this one. I don't know exactly where it's at. I don't see it. Oh, yeah, it's right here. So this is the comment that she ends up responding to, which is the next one we will go over. It says, the only reason I'm losing weight is so doctors stop pressuring me to go on weight loss medication. No matter what I go to the doctor, I get blamed. Apparently, my inflamed lymph nodes are because, and then there's because I need to eat better. I do eat well. I'm just malnutrition because my stomach is messed up, right? And so she responds to that comment with this TikTok right here.
I want to talk about this comment. The only reason I'm losing weight is so the doctor stop pressuring me to go on weight loss meds. No matter what I go to the doctor for, I get blamed. As always, you have 100% autonomy over your body. And so if your choice is to intentionally lose weight so that you have better access to quality medical care, that is in your right.
Well, I mean, but there are plenty of other reasons why you'd want to lose weight as well, right? Like, it's not only so you can have access to quality medical care. Like, there are plenty of people that felt that they were not healthy in their body. They felt that themselves. Not the doctor was telling them they needed to lose weight. Like, it's not like I had a doctor say, you need to lose weight, and that's why I started losing weight. I did that because I wasn't happy with how I felt in my body. And there are plenty of other people that have that similar feeling.
But I want to talk about how this is in and of itself a problem. Why is quality medical care not innate? Why is the expectation that we need to earn respectful care? If you live here in the United States, we are entitled to something that is called the Patient Bill of Rights, which means your doctor has no business peer pressuring you into something you have explicitly said, I do not want information on this, or I'd like to reject this method, you need to find a different one.
But again, like, I understand when people talk about, I think it's one thing that I agree with most with body positivity people or fat acceptance is the, helping care for bigger people be better, right? Fat people, just being treated like humans in the medical field. But at the same time, I think we should also be realistic with ourselves and be like, if you are hundreds of pounds overweight, take some responsibility and be like, this size that I am is not conducive to overall health. And someone talking about the fact like, hey, maybe losing weight would be a benefit to you and your overall health. That person is not a fat shamer that is just that has no good intentions and all they care about is you being thin. Like, two things can be true at the same time, right?
I don't know about you, but I pay a lot of money into my health insurance, and I'll be damned if I let a doctor dictate the kind of care I'm going to get. I didn't always have this approach. I used to be really afraid to go to the doctors. So if you want to lose weight so that your doctors stop shaming you, that is your right. But I'm telling you that the bigger problem here is that your doctors are shaming you or pressuring you into something that you don't want to.
But it's like, if you want to be healthier overall, and you are against something that has been proven time and time again to help with overall health outcomes, you're like, I reject that. I don't want that. What is a doctor supposed to do at that point? Like, they're just like, okay, well, let's skip over this huge piece of the puzzle and just focus on these auxiliary things that might have a little bit of an impact, but are going to have nowhere near as good of an impact as losing weight and taking control of your health. I don't know. It seems so silly to me. This next TikTok I want to go over is her kind of talking about the fact that she actually did have weight loss surgery about 13 years ago, and that the caption for this video is lack of informed care is negligence. And so she is sharing her experience. And I feel like this kind of paints a picture as to why she feels so strongly about the things that she does.
I had weight loss surgery 13 years ago, and here's what they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me that the short-term side effects that were only supposed to last the first year would last well into year 5 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, any major surgery that you're going to have is going to have side effects that will probably last, really forever. I think that that's definitely something that you should have been told for sure.
They didn't tell me that 100% of weight regain was not only possible, but probable.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the same thing. That's why it's important when you get these weight loss surgeries and you're considering these very drastic measures to understand that it's not a magic pill. It's not going to solve all your issues. You still have to put in the work. You can't just expect to get a surgery and expect all the weight to come off and never have to deal with it again. Like, that's just not real life.
They didn't tell me that I was going to develop acid reflux and digestional distress that makes eating hard today. They didn't tell me that even though I might see a change in my lab work in the immediate future, that was most likely because of correlation, not causation. They didn't tell me that the inner hatred wouldn't go away just because you had surgery.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they would. I mean, they're giving you surgery for weight loss. They're obviously not like psychologists. So I don't know. It seems like it's almost like this really feels like it's blaming like the weight loss surgery is, see, this is why it's impossible for me to lose weight. And this is why I feel the way that I feel, right? Like this kind of like, it's almost like a kind of victim kind of way of seeing it. Like, see, it didn't work for me. It's impossible. Right? When it's like, yeah, if you went into it thinking this weight loss surgery was going to be the one size fits all and everything's going to be better now, then yeah, you went into it with the wrong ideas, right?
There is no surgery for body image. That work is only done in your mind. And maybe had I done that work before having surgery, I'm not sure I would have.
Again, I mean, I can't say that I know for sure if she wouldn't have gotten the surgery if she did that, you know, body image work. Speaking of the body image work, let's go over the new website that Bree has. So here's the website, and it goes on to say, get in the room with Bree Body Griever. One-on-one coaching. One-on-one body image coaching is designed for the action-oriented learner who is ready for high-touch and high-value support. And it goes on to kind of explain what it does for you, but these are the prices now. So for one single 90-minute, basically Zoom call, I'm assuming, you are paying $400, right? So purchase a 90-minute intensive with Bree to explore a specific body image hurdle. In this single transformative session, you will gain a deeper understanding around your specific body image hurdles and why you are staying stuck. Learn powerful strategies to implement immediately. Co-create an individualized approach to healing your body. And then this one, 3-month coaching, which I think is funny, right? Because I do nutrition coaching and it is 3 months, right? And so obviously with that coaching, I try and help people, you know, that are struggling with weight loss and that want to lose weight. You know, we go over that. But this is interesting, right? So, work with Bree for 3 months for an in-depth body image excavation to help you get unstuck of grief of body hatred towards the healing of body acceptance. Inside this offer, you'll get one 90-minute intensive, bi-weekly 45-minute sessions, one-on-one messenger support, lifetime access to Body Griever's Vault, and limited time Body Griever's membership access. So the normal pricing is $3,000. The current price is $2,500. So this is quite a bit more expensive than the nutrition coaching that I do. And so I think that this is so interesting. And then there's even more things that you can buy, but it's like, I don't even understand like what are you getting out of this? And like, how is someone that, it's just so funny to me because so many of our videos are talking about how, oh, doctors don't care about your health and they only want, you know, they just want you to lose weight. When in reality, like, doctors aren't getting paid if you lose weight or not. They're just trying to help you be the healthiest version of yourself that's possible, right? But then with this, it's almost like she is incentivized to tell you not to lose weight, and that is in and of itself, you know, bad. And I think that it really does kind of paint the picture. That's why I wanted to go over that video where she was like, oh, I got weight loss surgery and it basically, quote unquote, didn't work for me. And I feel like she's using that experience as a way to basically be like, see, this is why, you know, losing weight isn't the answer. It's this thing that you have to pay me $4,000 for, $3,000 for, whatever it is, right? I think it's so interesting to me for her to be so anti, you know, people trying to help others lose weight, but then she's sitting here, you know, taking money by just trying to get people to be, I don't know, happy with their body. I don't even know how you even coach someone with that. I don't know. Maybe I just don't see it, but that's how I feel. I thought that was very interesting. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.